Top investigative agencies, the Jammu and Kashmir Police, Delhi Police and the National Investigation Agency are reportedly connecting crucial terror dots. They may point to a pan-India sleeper cell network. Sources have confirmed to CNN News 18 that a major counter-terror operation is now in motion. Simultaneously, raids across multiple states and cities are being planned to uncover potential sleeper cells and the kind of material or evidentiary support that may emerge or has been recovered so far. Preliminary findings indicate this may not be limited to Jaish-e-Mohammed, but could involve groups sharing a similar ideology or working in coordination. Investigators also suspect that a key handler may have traveled abroad for guidance, a detail that agencies are now working to verify as well, and also to bring us more evidentiary support for this. Now, we're also being joined by Anvit. Anvit, thank you so much for staying on with us. We've been tracking all of the developments that have been coming in. Of course, we've been talking about the detonation, the nature of the detonation and what it reveals about reconnaissance or the sophistication or lack thereof of it. What can you tell us? And now, of course, we know that there is more work being done to find more materials, evidentiary support, and that this may not just be limited to the Jaish-e-Mohammed module, and there may be other groups that may be involved.
Certainly, and no reason why the investigation has finally gone to NIA. And speaking of detonation, Hima, this is the site of impact, and now we know that the investigation is a pan-India investigation, also given the multiple states and multiple cities that are being raided by the investigative agencies, and to find out to who were the sleeper cells that were activated and this kind of material that has been used, who are the cells and groups that this material could be available with. Also, it was a major surprise for agencies because these people, as it's being said, that had been active for months and weeks, and how did they remain to be under the radar and were not detected? Their movements were not detected. Their hoarding of such inflammable and explosive materials was not detected by agencies. So that is also one thing that agencies are now critically looking after. Also, agencies fear that this is not only Jaish, like you said, but also there could be some other module that partnered with Jaish and then have executed this act. Also, preliminary digital forensics have shown that encrypted communication and code funding routes could be linked to Kashmir, and also as the key handler is suspected to have traveled abroad. Also, when we talk about key handlers, we cannot leave out Irfan Maulvi because inputs also suggest that radical grooming began at least 18 to 24 months back, and Irfan Maulvi again is in the epicenter of this investigation because it is being said that he used encrypted platforms and some videos and digital videos to indoctrinate these people who have been arrested, and those who have been managed to continuously be in touch with. So certainly the investigation is pan-India. Investigation also focuses on Jaish, but also on the periphery of this particular module as to whether there is a possibility that there could be other organizations also who had partnered with it. So on various aspects, the investigation is currently on, and NIA now is deep diving into all of it.
Right, and of course we've been discussing the theory of how this detonation may have happened as an act of desperation and panic. And you've told us that there's no shrapnel, no crater, and that sort of points to some sort of evidence with regards to what sort of a detonation this was. Now, have we had any word from those who are there and those who are monitoring the situation on ground on what this could lead to?
This also leaves one question in the investigation, that if there were no sharpnels and crater has not been there, so it says that were these the explosives that has been used, was it to be further improvised, or it had already was in a state of being used as an explosive? Because the I-20 car that was completely damaged, it had what investigators have said, that it had this explosive concealed in the rear of it. Explosion took place on the rear side of the vehicle, and then it blew up vehicles in the vicinity also. So one, the amount of explosive was sufficient to cause damage to at least a 70-80 meter of area of the radius, extreme damage. And when we talk talk about the kind of explosive, ammonium nitrate, traces have been found abundantly on the site, and we have also been told that there was some base explosive that was clubbed with ammonium nitrate to cause that kind of damage. The kind of damage that have been caused to human bodies, the people, the injuries that it has caused, not only the impact on the site but also the sound of blast. People have had hearing damages, causing damage to their eardrums. So that certainly says that the explosive that was used was of high grade. Whether it was a military grade RDX or not, what kind of explosive it was, we leave it to the investigative agencies to conclude. But certainly the kind of damage it has caused, this also points out to how this could have been procured. There have been explosions in by these modules in India, and that is why NSG and NIA teams were here, because they have this expertise to find out what explosives usually in the past have been used by which module, and from where by the make of explosive they can also at least hint, if not identify, that where could this have possibly been procured from. So all these things need to be answered. Also, one thing, that if this explosive was brought from somewhere outside, whether it was procured from within India. See, ammonium nitrate is a chemical that is easily available, but not RDX. A military grade RDX would not something that would be easily available. And at least to these people who had been only part of a medical college in Faridabad, or people coming in from Kashmir, or people who had been staying in Delhi NCR. So that is certainly some what the investigators are looking at. The role of these people who have been arrested, the organization they have been connected with, and the platform they had been using to connect with others.
All right, Anwar, thank you so much for bringing us the latest on this. We'll, of course, continue to track all the developments on this front closely. And with that, we're going to slip into a short break. Don't go anywhere. Tune right back in for our continuous coverage.